painting. We have a couple of things working. Number one, I took a photograph of this clear glass scene that we started 2 days ago, and we're going to try to make that look like clear glass. Also, we are had this ongoing project, which is this uh, here, which is based on this photo reference from this new book I got called Artist Photo Reference Landscape. Because like I really don't like painting from photographs, but I decided I better learn how, because that's going to be you know going to be hard to avoid painting from photographs. First off, let's see what we got here. This is an approximate picture of that still life. Is way off, but let's just see what we can do. Also, we had this other one, what's that called, kumquats, and that was coming out pretty nice. I thought if we could just, I don't really have a photo of this thing, but why don't we just try as a warm-up. We'll just see if we can't get something going with the kumquats. So and we're just going to start with a first let me had my thing set up for travel. Okay, first let's grab a green, and so let's see, we don't want straight from the tube green, so let me mix a couple of greens together, and let's try to go a little darker, and maybe even add this purple. Get a nice dark green. That looks okay. And let's see, how about we just kind of, oh yeah, remember this was a curling leaf, so that kind of has a curl to it. Let's see if we can. It looks good. Okay, yeah, what the heck's happening in there? Try it. And here, let's just kind of blend this up. See if we can get a very, like a background, so we are not, let's get rid of some of that white that's there and sort of good. Color this in. If you saw that live video of the kumquats, this whole area was just a mess of leaves and branches and whatnot. So here I'm going to try to go darker here, and let's see if we can. I'm going to try to leave a sliver of that white right there, this area here, because it might help us with depth on that thing. And let's see if we can just, it's looking okay, not great. Wow, 11 people here. Thank you for stopping by. Real-time watercolor painting. If you saw well, you know what happened when I made that video live? It stopped recording after 55 seconds, which kind of was weird, since the whole thing was like 40 minutes, and with me blabbing all along about, all the little subtleties of what's going on in in the painting process. So anyway, now I'm just trying to get a little bit homogenized here to have this just look slightly better. I don't know what that is there. It might be why don't we just say that's another kumquat, and we'll just sort of say that's the negative space there, and kind of come down here, and this needs a little softening, and try to, we'll say that's a leaf and a stem, but it's fuzzy. And let's see if we can't just make this continue here. Okay, that looks pretty bad, but but wait. That red is there. All right, let's see if we can just sort of blot that to have it a little less aggressive, that area. Okay, that's better. Color in this. You know, I like to leave a lot of white, but I don't like to leave it in forever. So right now we're in the process of getting rid of the white. And why don't we see if we can't come here and just, that's a bad color. And this, we just want this to fade out into nothing. Leave this little white space there. That's cool because, you know, punctuate the big simple tone. And over here we're going to enter into, this is the other painting we're working on because it's good paper, so, you know, we don't want to be, you know, having a good paper and there's nothing painted on there except for this little corner. So anyway, let's see what we can do here. And I'm reminded that it was like this big mass of, you know, sticks and leaves and everything behind there. So I'm just trying to, that looks much better, I think. And here we're just kind of trying to go into nothing, sort of disappear. So there's no hard edge up there, and now I guess we succeeded in that. This little area here looks totally pretty bad, but you know, let's see if we can't fix that up with something. Okay. Get some like negative space sort of thing. This, by the way, is Stonehenge paper, 300 pounds. That's the double weight of anything else I ever used. Anyway, so how about that? And let's see, I'll blot that up because it looks silly. All right, this whole area looks like a good area to cut off after. Here I'm just going to try to get this blended to a less, what do you call it? A less glaring green. So here, let's see if we can't just add some richness and depth to the kumquats. Oh, that looks good suddenly. Okay, and I don't want that red. When the sun started going down, then we got this red. So I'm trying to, that doesn't look bad. That looks pretty good. I mean, I wish it was not really going way over there. Let's see if we can't just make this a little bit less. Okay. That doesn't look bad. And let's see if we can't. I don't know if that's good or not. I don't think it is. I guess it looks slightly better, but not great. And let's see if we can't get just more of a shadow yellow. I guess this is the shadow yellow area. Hey, thank you for the thumbs up, much appreciated. All right, let's see if we can't just get a little bit of a shadow here. Cool, good, not bad. See right here. I don't know about that. Maybe it's okay. And a little bit here. That looks dumb. And now, let's see about just getting a highlight right here. Let's see how that works. So just rubbing that with water. Oh, that's coming out good. Okay, sort of. Okay, that looks pretty good. I guess, right? Okay. And this, we could try soften this line here. Okay, that's softer. And I guess this is an old stroke from before. Probably not gonna go anywhere. Now let's see about, oh, that looks good too, okay. All right, and there's a little hair on there. What is that, a brush hair? I don't know what that is. Okay, it's gone. I'm just trying to get a highlight there similar to that one. And here it'd be good to soften this edge. Does anyone ever zoom up when you're watching the video? I was very happy to find that while you watch the video, you can like zoom up and see a lot more clearly than of what's going on. Okay, that's enough on that. Okay, how about, let me just make this softer right here. Okay, cool, looks good. And speaking of softer, let's just see if we can't just remove a little bit of that. Okay, that looks pretty nice. And this edge, could we make that softer? A little bit. That doesn't look great. Let me get back in there with some more tone. Okay, good. That looks pretty good, except for, you know, this half green thing. You know, I don't know what happened there. I said spontaneous strokes at the time, you know. So, all right, let's just see if we can't build this up a little. All right, well, that's nice. It's two-tone. It's cute. Um, I'm gonna just see about a little bit of yellow right here, just to say, don't forget I'm primarily a yellow object. And that doesn't look good at all, but it doesn't look that bad either. Okay. All right. Looks pretty crappy. Anyway, now let's jump into the glass. It looks okay. Yeah, let me just soften this too. Does that get soft? Not really. Slightly. Okay, maybe a little bit. I don't know if that's a good idea. Okay, well, that probably, you know, there looks good. And it'd be good to get more of a stick look on that stick. Let me see what we got here. The stick was actually not that brown. It was kind of like yellow ochre, a little bit the color of hay, and then from there it was pretty gray. So here's kind of a gray. Let's see if we can't come here and just, that's a little bit gray. I bet if we had another part of this stick coming down here, it'd be good. Plus some of those things you see on sticks sometimes. Okay, yeah, see, like we had down here. And let's see about a real power color here. Oh, I guess that's part of the stick there. And see if we can't, let's see, like right here. That doesn't look very good, but I guess it looks okay. So much. All right, so there we go. The, what do you call it? Kumquat, paint from life, and then go 300 miles from the subject and finish from imagination. Talk about a good time. Now we're going to try to do this thing where we, oh, the next thing I wanted to do is this shadow right here, which is not in the picture here. Let's see if we can, okay. There's this deep, dark, rich shadow right there. No shadow here. I thought if we get that shadow in, everything's gonna just fly into place. Thank you for 2 thumbs up. Hey, CGRX9P, thank you very much for the compliment. Much appreciated. Okay, 2 thumbs up already. How about that? So we want to do this shadow that's right here, and let's get ourselves a nice color. So basically it's this brown wood. It was a deck. It's sitting on the deck, so it's like deck wood. So I don't know what to start with. This brown here, And then here I got my little golden area, so golden, and let's take some yellow ochre. That looks good. And then now we want to make that dark, so here's a Payne's Gray leaning green. And that doesn't look too bad. I mean, we're trying, all right, there looks all right. Let's see what we can see what we can do here. I guess this is really part of that shadow, so let's see. How about, let me just see right here. Okay, good, I guess, sort of. And this, we should take a wash and make that go all the way out, but after. First, we gotta do this, this serious business here. So let's just go right here. And, okay, that light up there. Looks good. Now I want to go in with something really much more profound dark right here. So now we got two tones of brownish and then it's darker right there. I don't know if that's such a great idea, but it's not too bad either. Now I'm gonna put, take 80% of that water off the brush and we'll see if we can say hi, we're wood grain. That achieves the wood grain look. And I'll just see if we can remove some of this paint and have just kind of a mellow highlight come up here. And that is mission accomplished, I guess, sort of. Now let's take a kind of a brown, and because you see it's kind of like there's brown. Not really this kind of brown, but I'm just going to pretend it is. Put a couple of little notes of brown in here. And we got to do something that makes this look closer, so how about a warm color? I'm going to take some red, mix it with that brown. Let's see about right here. That looks horrible, but wait. Doesn't look good at all, but blot some up. Now it's much more subtle. And I guess if you use some imagination, like maybe if you squint, it'll look like this pink is closer than that. And here we gotta lift that up. Okay, looks good. That looks all right. Not perfect, but it looks okay. It'd be good to have like something like this over here, just to further say hello. We are closer to the viewer than what's behind. So let's see. I'm just gonna go here. See about change that up. This area right here looks fantastic. Okay. Hi, 5 people here. We're doing real-time watercolor painting. We started this as a still life, paint from life, and then we left and drove for 5 hours, and I took a picture, which is not exactly the view we had, but sort of, it's similar. So anyway, this oh, what's happening with this green? Let me try to like go green here. Okay, that doesn't look good, but oh, and then this leaf, it was like eaten by bugs and it has a funny shape, and that's what this is supposed to be. But in hindsight, I think if I had it to do over, I would probably just like pluck that leaf off, because it looks so weird. And this stuff, it looks recognizable like a leaf. People can relate, say, oh, there's some leaves. This, it looks like the hammerhead alien from outer space, and that's also green, and why is it in there with our leaves? That's what I think about that. So anyway, I don't know. Still looks terrible. All right. Anyway, this area looks great. This looks dumb, but okay. And what we really need to do is somehow get this handle caught up to the level of what do you call it? What happened to this brush? Wait a minute. Brush needs first aid. It's the problem with traveling. I guess you need a real, a good system of brush storage when traveling, because this thing seems to have adopted a bad lean. Okay, I'm just trying to. Okay, well, maybe that'll dry stiff. We'll see later. What brush is that? Number 10. Okay. Hello, that's our reference. Okay, now I would think where we want this kind of brush. I got some new brushes for Christmas, but I don't know where they are. I got like a 2 and a 4. And this, I think, is a 6. Okay, anyway, we gotta hit that handle, and we're gonna hit it so serious. And this brush really just wants to be involved. Okay. All right, so how to get a glassy look in a handle. Thank you, 3 people, for visiting. You know, there's contrasting elements there. Contrast down here is a highlight right there. What I wanted to do also was, this was actually supposed to be this right here. I wanted to smear that around some more. And you see right here, there's like a, you know, a shape of shadow. And I would like to say hi, we're a shape and shadow, like that. Okay. So here we're got a gradation there. So I'm just trying to pull stuff up. That looks okay, but not great. I'd like to soften this whole edge down here. And then I think let's just try to have this sort of disappear. And now I'm going to try to just get this. Let's see if we can just come up here. I'm leaving that hard edge there because there's this highlight right here, and having a hard edge is definitely going to help us say, hello, this is closer to the viewer than this or that. So, you know, the contrast, and that's why I'm leaving that hard edge there. So, you know, this is supposed to be this. It's more gray, but we got to remember too that you know, this is way off from the photo, what we saw in real life. This leaf here looks good, right? This is behind the glass. This is seen through 2 layers of glass. It's the front and the back, plus it's behind the glass. There was a highlight right here when I was painting this, but it seems that it did not make the cut when it comes to the photo. I'm going to see about just shading that in. Let's see how that's cool. Okay, let's see. We go a little heavier right there, a little heavier right here. Get a good edge right there, and I don't know. And then this could be a little bit more right here. And right there, it'd be good if that was not, it was not there. There's a little gray area, but you know, maybe I can get it out. I don't know. I don't know if that's going on. I don't even know if it matters, because the glass is so, you know. Now I'm going to try to get, see up here, we are working on the handle, okay, don't forget it, but I want to see some of these details in. We have a big empty space right there. Just asking, seriously for, hey, can you put some paint on me? I'm a big empty space. So what's that? That's like French ultramarine. This is a Payne's gray called neutral tint, which leans cool. So here we got, that looks like a good dark color to, is, you know, and this line here, I mean, we're trying to get the what do you call it? Try to say hi, we are the rim of the glass, right? But first of all, I'm going to just try to get this line right here, which is below the lip. And if this was a super skinny line, that would be great. Like this one is pretty super skinny. Let's see if we can do it. Ready? Very critical moment here. That doesn't look bad. I'm going to try to go a little more, leaving a little space because we don't want a single line. You know, we get a single line, it's just going to look like a comic book or something. Nothing wrong with a comic book, right? But anyway, and let's see about right here. That looks good, and there's a shadow there. Yeah, let's see if we can, there's this line, I guess, is the shadow. Why don't we just see if we can do that shadow? So that's, and then this, and when I was setting up the still life, if you watch that video, we really wanted to get this where this did not connect there, where it's, this is farther left through the glass, and then up there, there's that, you know, space off to the right. So let's see, I don't really have the space here. Plus, that is really this thing here, so we got to go up this way. Okay. Okay, good, I guess. And here we want this to be over this way, right? And now we want this to, I'm going to put some water. First of all, we want this side soft, so I'm going to try to make this side soft. Okay, and this other side should be soft also, but for right now we're just trying to work on this side. And this, we gotta just kind of fade in and nothing up here because I don't know. Okay, so we just gotta, it's gonna just disappear in a very natural looking way, and I don't know if we really got that. And here, I'm trying to plot this up, and so we just want to mystically disappear. All right, next. Now we want to get a softer edge there, but still be, you know, just softer generally, but not like a total fade out soft. Okay, that's good. Looks more like a, doesn't really look like wood, that's for sure. And then this side, we want this to get softer on this side. And now, go even a little bit more out on the soft side, and here, clean this up. I don't know if that looks good, I don't think it does. And then this looks, I hate that transition right there. Here I'm just trying to get this hard edge to be a little bit lighter, which I don't think is going to do it. if it's getting lighter. Well, this area right here looks okay. Not great. And okay, let's see if we can pull this out a little bit. I mean, I guess it looks a little bit glassy, so that's good. And this, I don't know what the heck that is. Try to get that a lot softer. Okay. So I'm gonna just try a very cool color, which is some bluish, and let's just see if we can't make this just look a little bit different in places. So now we got like a warm gray and a cool gray, and back to a warm gray. And then this looks pretty dumb right here. I was trying to, let's see. I don't know. Try to make this up here. That might not be so great. In a way, that looks okay. And then here, let's see just if we can just say very lightly we're here. And now I'm just going to take a very damp and sort of smear these. I don't know if that's good. We'll see later on when we see it. I'm going to go make a super warm blue. Got some red here. There's got some blue here. Make a super warm blue. Ready? Because I want to have something really warm right here. Let's see right here. That's not really warm. And let's see. And let's not forget we're trying to do up here too. Let's try this. Good. How about a... And I want to drastically change that gray. I'm going to go deep blue. Now let's just go right here. And then how about a little blotch right there? Okay, I don't know if that's good or not, but it's going to smear this blotch down. That looks bad. We'll put a big highlight kind of thing there. Here, let's just go neutral because I'm getting, I've had it with this handle. Okay, try to get a little hard edge here. Good, good. And should we come here? Yes, okay, cool. And then let's just say down here, have a fictional thing down there. That looks okay. If that's good, then let's come here. That looks horrible, but you know, I like it because it's done. I'm going to color this in a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing a live video, so I'll be about in a minute. One school of thought here was go to work and make that money. But you know, gotta find time for the real-time watercolor painting. Okay, I can go back here with a kind of a gray and see if we just come here. I don't know if that's good. That might be bad. I think it's pretty bad. Let's sort of smear this up. Let's kind of make like a highlight there somehow. Alright, that's not too bad. Okay, that looks maybe good. And then here, you know, it would be good right here would be just some kind of like a line right here. So let's try to see if that works. You can just go from here to here, paint water on there. I don't know if it's gonna work. Okay, just painting a line of water. See, it's coming off a little bit, the paint. Oh, it looks pretty good, sort of, in a way. I wish it was bluer, but it's not bluer. Doesn't look too bad. And speaking of blue, why don't we just try to, I'm going to take this very, this cool gray that's right here. Let's just see, I'm just going to try to fill in some of the white spaces on there. We do want, you know, a bunch of white. There's white here, here, and there, but, you know, we got to, let's cut back on the light. Let's see. Maybe right here, try to get a good bunch. That's not that great. Let's try to lift off a little bit right here. And how about in the handle? Maybe we could just go a little bit into the handle. Just leave this little white here, why not? But try to, and then the top of the handle. The handle is so far from the reference, but you know, we gotta keep moving here. We got to keep going. So, and this line, I don't even like that line anymore. And this, that looks horrible. Let's just see if we can't take out a big chunk of this paint right here. Getting lighter, but not really that light. Okay, where were we? We are using this neutral tone here. And let's see, let's just go here, leave a little white right there. Come down here. Try to soften this up here. That's cool. We could leave a little speck of white right there. This would be good with some contrast, but the paint on there is so wet, I'm not going to do it right now. And let's see here, put some there. This area looks pretty good. Down here, that looks okay. Let's see if we can't extend that shadow. Let's see if we can just, I don't know if that looks good, but it doesn't look bad. That looks okay. I wish the rest of the wood looked like that. Let's see if we can't ease it along. Does that look like wood? 3 thumbs up. Thank you so much. Let's see what this comment says. Okay, there's a comment in another language, and I certainly appreciate it. And someone said, "Well, beautiful art." Very much appreciated. Thank you so much. I want to see it's some brown gray. Let's see if we can't just trying to make this look closer than, so put some dark there. And it does sort of look closer. I don't like this curve right there. This looks okay. Maybe if we just soften that a little bit. And, you know, that looks all right. I mean, in your imagination, wood could look like that, right? Or it's a representative of wood. And this, you know, it's nice, but it's a little bit far off the page to be having such riveting detail that I just want to, I mean, it looks really good, but I'd like to make it just softer edges. See, okay, that's good. Okay, and then this shouldn't be quite that bold. Okay, not bad. Okay, block that little drop up. This, I don't know. Oh, wait, hold up. That looks fantastic, but I don't know if it's a good place for a fantastic look. I'm gonna take a little blue and just put it right here, just to say, hey, remember I'm the glass. I'm not the you know, the leaf. So that's cool. So you know, blue's a jarring color, and I think a little blue right there would probably be good. But I'm gonna hold off. There's a blue gray. I'm just gonna see if we can just switch this up a little bit. Okay. That is not too bad. And just soften this line right here. I think it looked better unsoft. This would probably be good if it was darker. That looks, you know, pretty horrible, but we really gotta get this thing up to the best level of horrible we can. That looks bad. Okay. Let's try to come down here. See, I don't know if that's a sensible thing. Let's try a couple things like this. We do have them on this side, these little lines that allegedly follow the contour. Oh, that looks good. Fake lines that follow the contour of the glass. Wow, look at that. I wonder if we should try some over here. Very subtle color. Let's see if we can just go. No, that doesn't really look great. Let's make them more subtle. Okay, now they're more subtle. Okay, and this edge looks terrible, but got subtle lines following the contour of the glass. I'm try to get one more right here. Maybe one down here. Okay, I don't know if it looks like glass that much. We could definitely use some more contrast in this. I'm just going to be bold and but let's see if that's dry. Okay, it's dry. Let's see if we could just come here and oh, doesn't look good up there, but this part looks okay. Oh, let's see. Oh, about that. See about right here. Get this thing a little bit darker. That might be good. I'll just try to fade this out over this way. Let's try to get a nicer line right here. I don't know if that's good. Let's see right here if we can just get a pop. this. It looks all right. We need to just get this one line. Here I want to get a light blue. You see this area right here, which I guess is probably just the green, but if we can get light blue in there, I think that'll be a big help. So let's see, we can't get light blue, let's take dark blue. Okay, not bad, and you can see this here, which is where we're trying to get a highlight. I mean, I wish it worked better, but at least that little bit where it looks pretty good. All right, looks very crude, looks a little bit glassy. This, which we did a long time ago, looks terrible. That's supposed to be these stripes of the wood grain in there. That looks just horrible, doesn't it? Look at that. See about darker, and just mixing blue and brown here just to see if we can. That is so bad. Okay, let's see if we can just lift some of that off. That was like one of the first things we painted right there. All right, not too bad. Now let's go deeper, darker on this, just to say hi. We're the leaf. We are not, got nothing to do with that glass. That looks okay. Looks okay. That's an ambiguous shape right there. And let's try and color this in. How about this hard edge is right here? I don't know if we can make that softer. Well, I guess we could. Okay, that's not bad. And then what is happening right here? This is pretty bad, but I don't know if we could really even fix that right here. And how about we try hit the see if we can put cadmium here. And why not over here also? That looks bad, but if we can blend it in there, it might be better. I don't like that at all. It's like I have an outline. I don't like any outlines in the watercolor, that's for sure. Anyway, let's see, we can just soften that. And I want to just see, this is actually a shadow here. I don't know if that's good, I don't think so. And let's see about like down here. We were working on a shadow down there earlier. Those are grapefruit, by the way, in case it doesn't look anything like a grapefruit. thought I'd point that out. That looks okay. It'd be good just to have a slightly better highlight here. We're not having much luck removing paint from any area, so I don't know if anything's going to come off here. A little bit came off. That's kind of a rough area. I guess that was supposed to be background. See if we can get rid of that a little bit. Okay. I need a little mini scrub brush. All right, and this looks like weird. Let's just see if we can put a neutral tone right here. And let's see if we can cover this a little bit. Oh, what that's even supposed to be right there. And this. Okay, I think we're really going places, which I don't know if they're good places to be going, but I think we're, thanks for 3 thumbs up on this attempt where we are sort of, we started with a still life, we took a picture, and I don't know. I've seen better, but you know, in a way, I guess it looks glassy, so I guess that's a win. See you next time.